Okay, everybody, welcome back to the continuation of Tails' love life. And I'm sorry I ended the Fiona thing real quickly, but like I said, he's basically now getting over her. But now let's take a look at another character that Tails had a crush on, and believe it or not, she felt the same way about him. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Barby Koala. That's right. Now, Barby Koala was introduced in the Tails miniseries as part of the Down Under Freedom Fighters. And she, along with Tails, in the final issue of the miniseries, were one of the main reasons that they helped save her teammates, her fellow freedom fighters. Now, I don't know what issue it was. I think it was issue 60 something. It was 67, I believe, or 62. I can't really. It was in the 60s. It was the 60 issues. It was in the issues that were in the 60s, if you will. Not the 1960s, but you get what I'm saying. The 60th issues, let's put it that way. It was in the. I can't think of the number right now. I think it was 61 or 62 or 63. I can't really remember. It was around that area. Sonic and Tails during the world tour goes down to the Down Under Freedom Fighters. Goes down to Down Under because they. I guess they heard something there, and they heard a distress call or something. They go down under, and they're greeted by the Down Under Freedom Fighters. Well, at least two of them, Walt Wallaby and Barby Koala. And how does Barby greet Tails? Well, let's put it to you like this. She kisses him on the cheek, and I don't just mean like a little peck on the cheek saying, "Hey, how you doing?" She lifts him up. It's in this panel. She lifts him up, and you can see this in some of the videos I've done. She lifts him up and kisses him, puts her, I think, her left leg up, just like any girl does when they show affection and sort of like, I guess, a love for that character. And throughout most of the arc, gets it. I mean, not most of the arc, but through most of the issue, after she kisses him, and then they go off to save the other Down Under Freedom Fighters from the uh, from the captive. As they're doing it, as they're going to do this, she holds on to Tails' hand and says, "Yeah, come on, let's go, Tails." And then after that, when they're riding on a raft down a river, she tells Tails, "Be careful of the moss, of the hanging moss." And then at the end of it, she blows Tails a kiss. At the end of the issue, she blows Tails a kiss, saying, "I'll miss you," very sweetly. And a lot of people have been wondering what this is about. Why would she do this if she's older? Now, some fans could probably understand with Ken Penders being the writer that perhaps it's the best thing. Perhaps this is probably the only character Tails could fall in love with. And this has been debated a lot by fans, including Ian Flynn, who as a fan read this himself. Now, as a fan, he read this, and then as the current writer, he decided he was going to fix it. And how does he fix this? Well, basically, he tells the fans who ask about it, "Hey, as long as I'm writing this book, there's no Tails, there's no Tails Barby pairing. There's none of that." And you think to yourself, well, wait a minute. She shows affections to him. Sonic basically has told Tails that she digs him, and Tails tells Sonic he hopes to see her again. And now Ian Flynn, and I mentioned this with Fiona, again decides to take what was being built and throw it away. Now, I guess by doing this, he's kind of showed some hints that maybe there's some affection or something like that, or attraction or relationship between Duckbill and Barby. But other fans are dismissing it as maybe it's the fact that, you know, they've been teammates. Maybe they grew up together or something. I don't know. But basically, Ian Flynn has said as long as he's on the book, this Tails Barby pairing, shipping, doesn't exist. But a lot of fans will agree that if Ken Penders or even Carl Bowles was on the book, it'd be totally different. But yeah, this whole thing with Fiona started basically with the miniseries, and was blossomed on, if you will, in the Sonic World Tour story arc that went from the issue 49 to issue 68, I believe, or 69. Well, not 49, but issue 54 to issue 69. And that's how, like I said, this whole Tails Bobbery thing got started. And that's one of the potential love interests in Tails' life, is Barby Koala. And like I said, a writer like Ian Flynn, he looks at it and says, you know, that's never going to be as long as I'm on the book. And as long as I'm on the book, there's no Tails Bobbery pairing. But, you know what, as far as fans are concerned, they'll kind of split 50-50 on it. But for those that have been with the book a long time, I can tell you this. To them, there is a potential Tails Bobbery connection and relationship, whether the current writer wants to hear it or not. But then again, there are some longtime readers that are actually glad it might not happen anymore. But we'll have to see. But up next, I'm going to talk about a character that I talked about as well in the Sonic Love Life. In fact, she was the latest character I did in the Sonic Love Life series. And here in the Tails Love Life series, it may come as a surprise, it may not. Next up, Mina Mongoose.